Hi there, welcome to this next tutorial, which is going to focus on the insertion and placement of objects. So this is where the interior designer and exterior designer start to come out in all of you people. If we have a quick look at some of the furniture that's already detailed in the plan, it gives us a bit of an idea where we might start. So if we look in the laundry / bathroom here, we can see that there's a shower in the corner here. The crosses or the lines here indicate the direction of fall, which would mean that the waste plumbing pipe would be in the center of the shower. We can see that the surface of the bathroom is a tiled surface. The bathroom has a toilet, and it appears to have some type of vanity / tub or something. Remembering this is just a small cottage. Out here in the kitchen area, we can see a freestanding refrigerator. Looks like there's a kitchen bench with a single tub sink and a freestanding stove as well. Now these objects, most of them are fixed in place. These objects here are obviously fixed for plumbing requirements. The stove is shown on the floor plan because it needs special electrical requirements for it, and as well as, of course, the position of the sink needs to be done for the plumbing purposes, and the refrigerator needs some power. We're going to use the bathroom as a starting point. We're going to start off with putting this shower in here. I'll show you how to do that, and then I'll show you how to, or what you can do, I suppose. So let's go across to Archicad where we left off, and we can see here where we left off was with the roof coverings. So first thing we'll do is we'll turn the layer off that the roof coverings are on, and you can simply do that by just selecting the roof coverings, right clicking, and no, I don't want to do that. Try that again. Cancel. Right clicking, go down to layer and hide layer, and oh gee, my mouse is playing up. Let's try that one more time. Select, right click, layer, hide layer. There we go. Oh, actually I just hid the whole layer for the roof as well, which I didn't want to do. So just go Control L, scroll down with the R, and my roof framing has been turned off, and roof general. We'll turn roof general back on. Okay, so you can see I've turned off the roof coverings, which I put onto that roof framing layer, and I can see the roof outline, but I can't see any of the wall, especially the internal wall outline as well. But I don't want to turn this roof layer off because I want to know information about like where the edge of the roof is for positioning of objects. So what we can do is we can turn off the fill that is currently over the top of everything in the roof layer, or in the roof I should say. So what I'll get you to do is to select the roof and open the roof's properties, and in floor plan and section we're going to change the way that we view this roof in floor plan. So scroll down until you find a dialog box that says cover fills. Now, as the name suggests, it's a fill of color that's currently going over that, and if we turn those cover fills off by clicking that arrow there, or that tick, and clicking OK, you can see that the roof is still there, but the fill that was over the top is now been turned off, and we can see everything below it. So that's the first thing to really do there. Okay, so let's now go to the objects. So down in your toolbox, let's go down and find objects and open up the info box, and you'll probably be prompted something looking like this when you first open up the objects. It's important to note here that all of the objects are stored in this Archicad Library 19. There are two subfolders of that, Object Library 19. If you expand that subfolder, you can see you've got Basic Library, Furnishings, Windows, all sorts of things, Visualization, Site Improvements, People, add-on libraries. If you go to the CAD image library 19 and expand that, you've got coverings, doors and windows, and stairs. We'll just collapse those two. And you'll also notice that there is a embedded library, and this is where objects that we bring in from the internet will go. And there may be some in the built-in libraries as well, depending upon how you've set this up. Okay, but what we want to do, we want to go to the the Object Library 19, and if we were trying to find a shower, like obviously I've done this from before, that's what this is showing, but if we didn't know where the showers were, like we didn't know exactly where to search in here, we do have a search function at the top here. So click into the box at the top there and type in shower, obviously, as I've done. And beside that, you've got a little arrow saying search options. Make sure that the both tab is ticked here, because what that will do when I hit enter on the shower, it will then find the showers that are in the object library, and it will also search online at the Archicad BIM Components portal for objects that exist in reality, as in there's a manufacturer that actually has made these, and we can actually select straight from the manufacturer's catalog, if you like, and put these objects into your structure. So if you wanted to do that, let's scroll down and find a shower that is not one from the standard library. So I'll show you the standard library. If you click here, and then you'll see there's the shower from the standard libraries, and you can straight away insert those. You get a bit of an idea. Shower door, there's a cabin shower, and so on. But if that's not doing what you want it to do, then you can scroll down and see any of these ones that have got the little world symbol on them, and we can import those. So let's see what we've got here. Let's go down shower cabin 17. I think that's the one we had from above there. So we'll do something a little bit different. What's this one here? Shower 1549. It's okay. So we'll go with this one. It's a bit different. All you need to simply do is click on download and embed, and provided you've got an active internet connection, it will then download that for you. It might take a minute, might take, oh there you go, it took 30 seconds at that. Now what you'll notice is that then that object becomes available to you, and it's not in any of these libraries or in these folders, it's in the embedded library. You can see it here. Just be careful when you do. Remember, any object you bring in on the internet will go into that embedded library. Okay, so let's now deal with inserting this object and changing some of its parameters and so on. First thing I always do is to go to the preview option, and you can see here the shape of the object looking down on top. As I'm hovering here, you can see that a little arrow is appearing. As I change my mouse to different positions, the arrow moves. If I click my mouse, you'll see that it actually rotates the object around like so. And that's handy because what that does, it actually gets the object in the correct orientation before I put it into my shower or into my, my room. So what I'll do, I'll actually get it in the wrong position, and then I'll show you how to fix it. This little square here is what we call the insertion point. So if I want to, wherever I click my mouse on the screen, that's the point that's going to locate. I could change it to this one just by clicking onto these corners. You can change the insertion point, but I'm going to make it that one just for the purposes of showing you. Looks like this object has some custom settings. Let's see what we can change. And it looks like we've got the ability to change the base. I'll just close on those. Actually, I might go back one because this looks better here. Okay, base and surround, so we can change its shape and so on. Okay, I might do that. I might change it to this squarish shape. Can I do that? Oh no, that's actually the shape. Let's go here. Rectangular. There we go. And this to me looks like that would be the back corner of the shower. That's probably the front, not too sure yet. Parts, let's have a look here. Complete unit sounds good. And doors and panels. Doors, a single door do me. Too sure what panels is. Oh, frameless. Okay, frame. So we'll go with that frameless look. So there's no actual metal frame going around it at all. Now you'll notice here down the bottom that the layer it is assigned it to is furniture fixed. So any object that is going to be fixed in place needs to go onto the fixed layer. Any object like a lounge or something like that, which isn't fixed, isn't bolted down, will be on a loose layer. Okay, let's just accept that. Obviously you've got the size and its height here. It's going to go into the current story. We'll click OK. And I'm going to zoom in on this bottom right hand corner of the bathroom here, and wait for the snap point and click once. Now it looks okay, but let's go have a look in 3D and see what's actually going on. So let's use the Explore tool. Let's go inside and have a look around, and we can see that it's not quite in the correct orientation. We've got that curve and a solid wall on the right hand side there, so it needs to turn 90 degrees in a anti-clockwise direction to me. So to do that, go back to my floor plan and select the object. So normally you select it by clicking onto a corner, and I want to rotate this thing 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So to rotate something or to move something, you simply click and hold somewhere on the object with your cursor, and the pat palette appears. Now you're familiar with drag, because it means we can drag things and move it around. I think you're familiar with move no, which allowed you to actually reposition objects or reposition something. You can even reposition the drain there. But one you haven't used is rotate. So rotate allows you to obviously rotate the object. As soon as you've clicked on rotate, it then asks you for a center point of rotation. So this being the center of the shower, I'm going to make that the center point of rotation and click once. It'll ask then for a start point, so I'm just going to come out here to the right hand side and click once, and I want that to go in that direction 90 degrees, and it will snap to 90 degrees. Click again, and now the shower has been rotated into the correct position. Let's have a look at that again in 3D. That's looking better. I might just go out and have a look what that looks like. Yes, that looks, whoops, a bit too far. That looks good. Now, depending on the object, sometimes you can open doors and this sort of stuff, but this one doesn't look like I've got any ability to do that. What is missing though from that shower, by the looks of it, is the actual shower head and so on. So I would probably then delete that one and go grab one of the showers that actually has all of the correct plumbing fixtures. It just makes life a bit easier. Okay, so there's the real basics about how to actually insert an object. Drag, rotate, stretch is really handy to know, and like I said, depending on the object that you use, you can actually then edit those. I'll just deselect everything. It's probably a good idea to familiarize yourself with what you do have available in your object libraries. So if you just expand the linked library and then go into your object library 19, go into furnishings, and actually have a look to see what's there. And you see there's quite a large variety of objects that you can choose, especially in the kitchen areas and so on, to make your model a lot more believable, I suppose. In saying that though, some of them are limited, like beds. So if we don't like that bed there, let's see what we've got. Bed in online. They've got designer couches, like even hospital beds and so on. Hopefully this is going to look for us. There we go. So it's finding us some more beds that we could also download. Obviously a lot of these ones are going to be sort of designer ones. There we go. There's a bit more style about it there. And you can just download those and insert those. And some of them you can edit. You can change colors and positions of things and legs and sort of stuff to make it look a lot more realistic. Okay, that's a good starting point. So get stuck into inserting your objects, and we'll look at different types of objects coming from outside the internet for the next lesson.